Catland, it's quite cold, very chilly. It's been snowing all day. I hope that you're all warm and well. Good evening. So for those who don't know yet about me, I'll just give you a little bit of background where I came from. Hi. I'm originally from the Philippines. I started my Usana business in 2011. So I've been doing the business for 9 years now. I was a computer programmer for 6 years before, and then my father was diagnosed with cancer, and I decided to quit my job so I could take care of him full time. And while I was taking care of him, I decided to take up nursing so I could learn how to take care of him better. And when I became a nurse, I became a teacher at a nursing school and a lecturer in different review offices in the Philippines for people who wanted to become a nurse in the Philippines. So that was my job before USANA. And actually, it was in the review center where I met the person who introduced USANA to me. She wanted me to do the business. She wanted to present the opportunity to me, but I was quite negative because I was ignorant. I was misinformed about network marketing before. I did not even give her the chance to open her presentation material because I said, yuck, network marketing is a scam. It's pyramiding. I don't want anything to do with network marketing. So in short, I was not, I made her really sad at that time. It was she was quite new at that time. She's only been with the company for 2 months. But then what's good about this business is you can also introduce the products to people who are not yet open to the business. So she introduced the products to me. I became her customer. And to cut the long story short, I became a very, very happy customer. And before my first set of products ran out, I ordered some more for my family as well, because of course we want our family to be healthy as well. And my friend did not want to give me discounts. So she said, "You want discounts? You join the company." And I said, "I don't want to do the business. I don't want network marketing." The same sort of negativity. But then she said, "It's all right. You get the same discounts even if you don't do the business." So I went to the office to attend the to become a member. But then my friend already um, arranged a presentation for me. So that's where I saw the beauty of the opportunity. And I said, why not? Because I said, wow, I've been working for 11 years. I finished 2 degrees, but I was still broke. Right? I don't know if any of you can relate to me. I've been working hard for a long, long, long time, and my parents also work so hard. Actually, yeah, everyone in my family were hard workers. But I said, how come I've never met anyone in my family or anyone in our village who did really well, except for people who owned a business. So I said, maybe it's really in business where I can get my dreams as well. And I'm very thankful that at that time I read the book of Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Can you type one if you've read that book, Rich Dad Poor Dad? So Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Oh, there, some of you have read that amazing book. That was the book that opened my mind to starting my own business. Okay, because he said in that book, if you want to be rich, okay, being a businessman is the way to go. So I will show you some more information about that transition 9 years ago. Okay, and then that's it. I said, okay, why not try Usana business? So I started it part-time, but it was there were lots of unexpected turnout of events. I lost my job and I said, okay, I found another job, but I was not happy. I was happier with Usana even if I was not earning yet. So I decided to do the business full-time. And after 3 months of doing the business, I became gold director. And after 3.5 years, I became diamond director. And 7.5 years, $1 million club member. And now I'm executive diamond director. Of course, people have different pacing, right? Different learning curve as well. So don't compare yourself to me or to any other people who are more successful than you. Okay, compare yourself to who you were yesterday. As long as you keep improving at even just 1% every day, you'll be a totally different person after 1 year with a totally, upgraded skill set and mindset. And eventually you will see, wow, my goodness, you're already making bigger income in your Usana business, and you're expanding not just in UK but in different parts of the world. So that's my background. That's a little bit of an adlib while we're waiting for other people to come in. Wow. So when I started talking, we were 40. Now we're 86. So that's it. I'm ready to share my slides. And by the way, hopefully we will have some time after my talk to have a little question and answer portion. So just type your questions in the chat box, or you can actually reserve that to the end and you can ask me personally. But right now, I've disabled your ability to unmute yourselves because I get easily distracted when I'm talking and somebody pressed unmute by accident. So I muted you. Okay. So wait, I'll just share my screen. Okay. Can you type one, please, if you can see my screen? Okay, thank you so much. So there, once again, I'm Clarissa. And I just want to share with you my passion, my love for network marketing. If you were here early on and you heard my story, I was very, 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 very negative when it came to network marketing. Okay, because like I said, I was ignorant, I was misinformed, I believed in what other people said about network marketing when in fact they were also ignorant and misinformed. But now, after 9 years of doing the business, after reading many books about business success and also about network marketing, I have come to the conclusion that this is the best profession in the world. Of course, that's my opinion, and also that's the opinion of many network marketers as well. Okay, so again, this is my training. I'm going to give you lots of my opinions, but I really hope that I can you can partake, I can impart to you my deep love for this profession. I want you to develop your belief in this profession, because if you don't strengthen your belief, the belief of other people will win. Okay, when they say negative things about network marketing, when they say negative things about the things that you do, you might, feel disheartened and you might say, oh, they're right. Okay, and of course, that would be a big shame, right? Because this is a very wonderful profession, and that's my job today, for you to fall in love with this profession. Okay? So I just want to share with you the old plan, the 20th century plan that I heard so many times growing up. The old plan was that you go to school, you study hard, you get good grades, and then you work in a reputable company, you work hard, and then you get promoted so that you will get bigger and bigger income, and with that you will get your dreams. You will be rich, right? So have you heard of this plan before, or is it only in the Philippines? Because I came from a poor family and my parents told us, we're five kids in the family. My parents told us, okay, don't be like us. Okay, we want you to have a better future, so study harder and be in a multinational company. So I did exactly that. Okay, some of you were also you also heard that. Okay, so I did exactly that. Like I said, I finished 2 university degrees. And I didn't just graduate. I graduated with honors. Okay, I've always been an academic achiever because we came from a poor family. I had to be a scholar so I could, uh, sustain being in university. And when I took up nursing, I became fourth place in the nursing licensure exam. But how come I realized when I was 31 years old, I still had no savings? All of the dreams that I listed down when I was 19 years old, before I finished in my first university degree, all of the dreams that I listed down, none of them came true. I said in the list, At 26 years old, I would already have lots and lots of money in the savings, investments. I will have my properties. I will have nice cars. I will have to travel the world. I will have my own family. I'm helping so many people. You know what? I never did any of that at 31 years old. And I said, I think I've been very hardworking. I think I've been a very good person. But how come, life is really such a big struggle? And I realized there are so many people like me as well. Even my boss and my boss's boss. There are so many people I realized who've been working for 20 years or even 40 years or even 50 years and they're still struggling. And I said, maybe that's where I'm heading as well. So I need to do something about it, right? Because at that time, after 11 years, I realized that was me. Yeah, instead of achieving my dreams, I was really burned out. I was broke. I had no self-esteem because at that time, at 31 years old, I was supposed to get married as well. But 2 weeks before the wedding, my fiancé backed out. He left me. So all my savings were gone because, of course, I spent it on the wedding that did not happen. And after 6 months, I lost my job. So can you imagine how devastated I was back then? Okay. But that was also the turning point of my life. Because after my fiancé left me, okay, I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and then I saw Usana, and after 6 months, I joined the Usana business. Okay, and my life has really changed. Now I realized it's not really just me who had that life. Okay, and I see here some of your messages, right, that you can relate to my story. Right, despite all the hard work, all the academic achievement, I was still living paycheck to paycheck. And back then, when I was still a computer programmer, I experienced having my first credit card, and that's when I had lots and lots of credit card debt. And even with the salary, even with the promotion, I still had no savings, because everything went to, day-to-day expenses and paying for the debt. And of course, lots of people also experience, paying lots of taxes and other. In the Philippines, we had to pay for our health insurance as well. We had to pay for our pension fund as well that didn't pay that much. So what are we going to be left with at the end of the month? So that's what I experienced until I was 31 years old. Okay. And then, to tell you honestly, before I went to the UK, I thought to myself, oh, it will be different in the UK. Because, of course, here it's a first world country, right? The people have more buying power. People are rich here. People are living their dreams. That's what I thought too. But I looked at the numbers, okay? There are still so many people that I talk to. Of course, I don't want to offend anyone. I just want to share with you what I realized, okay? And share with you the reality that I saw as well, even here in the UK. I realized here in the UK, there are still a lot of people, who feel that they are also trapped. The same trap that I experienced in my first 11 years working before. That I've been working and working and working and working and nothing much changed. Okay, I was still broke. I was still hopeless. I didn't know how to get out of that situation. Because no matter how hard I worked, I was still, you know, not getting what I wanted. So when I read the book, The Dip by Seth Godin, I'm not sure if you read that book. He mentioned something about cul-de-sac. So he said that's being in a situation where you can't see that you're going anywhere, no matter how hard you work, right? So nothing has changed. So I realized that a lot of people that I've talked to here in UK and also in other first world countries, they're also in that situation. I said, I thought it was just in the Philippines. Okay, I thought it was just in poor countries like the Philippines, right? But no. Okay, I realized, wow, here in UK, yes, there's more income. Okay, average of 30,800 pounds a year after taxes and benefits. That's the average. Okay, for a household per year according to the government. Okay, ons.gov. But also, The average expenses every year is 30,451, right, here in UK. So if you subtract that, the average family income versus the expenses, a lot of families are left only with 348 pounds per year. So I said, wow, it's not just in the Philippines, right? So many people are really struggling to achieve their dreams, because how can you achieve your dreams if you're only left with 348 pounds per year? How can you get your dream of early retirement with luxurious lifestyle? How can you get your dream of having your dream house that you pay for earlier? Not spend your whole life just paying for a house that it's not even your dream house, right? So I said, wow, okay, but what if you are earning more than the average? Okay, because the average net income here in UK is 30,600. Let's just say the gross of that income is 40,000. I use the income calculator here in UK. What if you or your family, if you and your spouse or your significant other, your combined income is 40,000 pounds? Would you be better off than majority? Because I'm a very, very curious person, and I look at the numbers. I don't just listen to what other people say. I look at the numbers, because numbers don't lie. And this is what I saw. Okay, so this is from Daily Mail, and this article featured different families here in UK. Again, I don't want to offend anyone. I just want to show you, to share with you my realizations. So this family has a combined income of 51,000 pounds per year. Okay, but less the expenses, they're left with 167 pounds. Okay, 167 pounds. What if you're earning more than that, 56,000 pounds? They're left with 4 pounds per month. Okay, can you reach financial freedom and time freedom if you're left with 4 pounds? What if you're earning more than that, 57,000? This family has 615 pounds overspend, negative 615. They're in debt, right? So she said here, despite our seemingly healthy incomes, we have no savings, no pensions, 10,000 pounds of credit card debt, and we are constantly down to our last penny, right? Or if you're earning more than that, 65,000 pounds, left over is 44 pounds. What did the lady say? When emergencies strike, we have to borrow money from our families. For hardworking professional people in our 30s, going cap in hand to our parents is nothing short of humiliating. So I realized, wow, it's not just me who experienced this. Okay, and Maricar also shared here. Thank you for sharing. She said, we used to earn almost 100,000 pounds combined, but still no savings. So this is really the sad reality. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for your authenticity. Okay, so this is what I realized. If you're left with that and sometimes negative, how can you save? Right? It's very important to save. I think it was last year or 2 years ago when I conducted a financial literacy training for the UK team. Okay, because before I didn't know anything about money. I didn't know how to save, invest, or what's the importance of all of that. It's very important that we save, right? For emergencies and for old age. Because if you don't save for old age, of course, when you stop working, it doesn't mean that your bills stop coming, right? So you need to be able to pay for your retirement as well, right? But how can you do that if you're not saving enough because you're not earning enough? Many people here in the UK do not have savings. In the Philippines, much more so. In the Philippines, there are so many people who don't even have a bank account. Right, but here in UK, it's astonishing. A third of Brits have less than 600 pounds in savings, and 1 in 10 have no savings at all. Right, 1 in 10 have no savings. Right, over 16 million people in the UK have savings less than 100 pounds. It's very sad for me to realize this, most especially because here in UK, the cost of living is very expensive. In the Philippines, even if you don't have money, you will survive because you can ask for vegetables and rice from your neighbors. Here, it's more difficult, right? And look at this trend. Britons are saving less and less at any time in the past 50 years. Okay, so can you see this? It's nearing zero, right? And you can see here, it's more recent. It's 2019. The chart in blue is the savings. You can see that it's going down and down closer to zero, right? Whereas the red one is the interest rate. So even if you put your money in the bank, it won't really grow that much because look at the interest rate, it's closer to zero, right? Plus the inflation, right? So you really, really need to save more. Okay? So my question for you is this. With that reality of having very little left at the end of the month or at the end of the year and not being able to save even for emergencies and for old age, how are you prepared for what's inevitable, which is your retirement? When do you want to retire? Do you want to work forever or do you want to work until you can walk, you're capable, or do you want to stop working and enjoy life more? Because you deserve it, of course, because you've been working hard anyway, right? And but the next question is, how much do you need to save before you can retire? Have you thought of that? Have you computed that? I've computed that. I know exactly how much I need to save by the age of 55, right? So that at the age of 55, whatever happens to my source of income, I can already support myself, my husband, and my daughter who has special needs. Another question for you is this. If something happens, knock on wood, something happens to you or your work or your ability to work, and you stop working 5 to 10 years from now, how much income will you still be receiving? Will you still be receiving income or will you be panicking because you're not getting any source of income anymore? Can you afford to retire early? And if you can afford to retire early, for example, and because you were able to save, how long will your retirement money last? In the Philippines, for example, 1 out of 10 people save for retirement. And those who save for retirement only save for up to 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years. Of course, after you retire, you don't die after 2 to 3 years. What if you survive up to 90 years old and you only save for 2 to 3 years? Here in UK, you save, for example, 100,000 pounds or 200,000 pounds. How long will that last? Right? How long are you likely to live with that? So I want you to think bigger. Okay, don't just think about the current situation. For example, you're earning, your spouse is earning, right? I want you to think long term. Okay, because that will definitely come. I don't want you to be caught off guard because so many people at the age of 66, 65, or even 70, they're so tired of working, but they realize they cannot afford to stop working because they need the money. Right? I've heard stories like they've already retired, they've already said goodbye to their co-workers, but after 6 months, they went back to work because they said, oh, I can't afford retirement. I still need to work. I don't want you to be in that situation, right? When is the best time to prepare for that? 20 years ago or 10 years ago. But it's not too late yet. You can start preparing for that now, right? So I saw which.co.uk. We subscribe to this. Okay, so thank you for sharing as well, Maricar. My husband is 55 and can't afford to stop working. Okay, Alice also said, me neither, but 3 parents and parents-in-law in nursing homes. That's also expensive. So we need to prepare also for nursing home, right? You're very lucky here in the UK because there's NHS. If you're tired in another country, right, you have to pay for healthcare as well, which is very, very expensive when you're old. So now we're talking about the long term, the inevitable, right? Retirement. So which.co conducted a research based on responses from 6,300 retired and semi-retired couples in April 2020. So what did they find out? If you are single, retired single, okay, you need 19,000 pounds to 30,000 pounds a year for you to have a comfortable to luxurious life, minimum of 19,000 pounds. Okay, so my question is this. If you retire, where will you get the 19,000 to 30,000 pounds every year for you to survive? Right? If you're a couple, you would need 25,000 pounds a year for a comfortable life. But if you want to have travels, buying healthier food, being able to go shopping as well, That's 40,000 pounds for a retired couple. Okay, but the reality is if you're going to just rely on state pension, which you can only claim when you are 66, and it will get later and later and later, there's even news that it will be 67, right? And if there are very few people who are eligible to receive full state pension, right? Full state pension. And how much is full state pension? Only 9,000 pounds a year. How can you survive with 9,000 pounds a year? That's why there are so many old people here in UK, even they're in their late 60s, they cannot retire. Why? Because they need to increase the pot money in their pension. So they keep delaying their retirement. And remember, retirement income is taxable. So how much are you left with? Okay. Now, if you want to have a secure retirement as early as now, you need to for that. And which has estimated that you would need, okay, you would need at least 169,000 for a single person to 262,500 pension savings. But if you're a couple, you would need a minimum of 456,000 to 718,000 if you're a couple, right? So I know you know your savings situation right now. You know how much you have invested. Okay, so are you prepared for this? If not, what are you going to do about it now that you have learned it? Okay, don't be like the ordinary people who don't even know these numbers. Okay, ignorance is not an excuse because no matter how much you don't know about it, it's the reality, right? You need to prepare for it, right? So how do you have more money? One is spend less, but of course you cannot get rich by just spending less on food, on electricity, right? But it will help you to have lesser debt if you spend less on shopping, other credit card debt, right? And next is to increase your income and financial literacy, right? Because even if you grow your income tenfold, if you don't know how to handle money, you will be left with nothing. It's not really about how much you earn, but how much you save and invest. There are so many people who suddenly become rich, right? Lotto winners, I don't know, actors, actresses who did not know how to handle their money, and then suddenly they're broke. So it's important that you learn financial literacy as well. But let's talk first about increasing your income. A lot of people, to increase their income, they get a second job, third job, fourth job. But the question is this, even with just one job, how tired are you? You don't have much time for your family. You don't even have much time to sleep. And a lot of jobs now are on shifting schedule. Your health suffers as well. And then you would get a second or third or fourth job. I met someone who started her Usana business. She's a nurse in the US. She has 4 jobs. She has 4 jobs. Can you imagine how tired she is? Right? She doesn't have time for her family. Or another one is to start a business on the side that you don't have to give up your job, whatever you're doing right now. You can learn the business and you can do it part-time. And of course, this is what we're doing in Usana. Okay? But then, of course, if we're going to look at other business opportunities there, on average in the UK, startup budget of businesses here is 5,000 pounds just to start it. And of course, you have to maintain it. In the first year alone, traditional businesses spend more than 100,000 just to maintain it. How my I could only get my pension when I'm because he has private pension at 55 and he's only 47 years old. And I said, let the Yusana business take care of the difference. So you know what? This year he's going to retire, right? So this business is not just for you, right? It can really change the life of your loved ones as well. Of course, I'm not going to retire yet because I'm very happy with what I do. Like I said, this is the best profession in the world, woohoo! Right? So retirement is not anywhere inside as far as my business is concerned. But look at this: the 21st century plan has changed. Okay, develop yourself, you learn the success mindset, you acquire the necessary business skills so that you can start up a business that can generate passive income, because of course you cannot afford to work for the rest of your life, right? So you need to prepare something that can eventually, of course, it's not instant, right? Can eventually give you passive income, and that income from your business you can put in assets, savings, investments, properties that will generate more sources of income for you. Don't be happy with just one source of income, even if you're doing well with your job, or your spouse is doing well with his job or her job. Because what if something happens to the job? Knock on wood. What if something happens to your ability to work? That's where a lot of people have panicked because they only have one source of income. And when something happens to that, they're left with nothing. Have different sources of income so that if something happens to one, you still have other sources of income. But I highly encourage that you don't get busy with other businesses, okay, that will take your time and energy. You grow your Yusana business. Okay, and then when you invest your money, you put it on investments and savings and properties that won't really require you to be working on them physically, because I want you to focus your time and energy on your Yusana business, because this will give you more money. Okay, and that will give you the financial freedom when you have, the business that's giving you passive income, and the growth of your money. Right? Financial freedom. What does that mean? Financial freedom is when you are no longer worried about money. Well, you want to experience that? You are no longer stressed by money because anyway, it's coming in, right? It's coming in regularly and more than what you need, right? That's what we all want. Okay? But as you can see here, the 21st century plan is based on leverage. Leverage, not based anymore on college education and working in, multinational companies. It's no longer based on that. It's now based on leverage. What is leverage? According to Robert Kiyosaki, the author of the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, that has changed my mindset about starting a business, he said all successful people have one thing in common, and that is leverage. From the keyword lever, right? What does leverage mean? It is the power to earn more and more while working less and less. And that's what I realized before. I want leverage because I had been working more and more, but nothing's left, right? I want to experience this as well, earn more and more while working less and less, either by having people or money working for you, right? And in his book, Richard Poor Dad, he explained the four quadrants, right? Different people who are working are, they belong in this quadrant. So employed and self-employed, they're 95% of the population. That includes me before I joined Usana. 95% of the population, majority, right? But then people in the employed and self-employed, they only contain 5% of the wealth. 5%. That's quite disproportionate, right? 95% of the population, but only 5% of the wealth. Whereas business owners and investors, they're 95%, they have 95% of the wealth of the world, okay, but only 5% of the population. Right? Robert Kiyosaki said, the poor people are those who belong in the left quadrant, and the rich people are those who belong on the right quadrant. So he said, if you want to have a difference in your life, if you're tired of your results, only if you're tired of your results, if you're happy with your results, you don't need to change, right? But if you're not happy with your results and you're here, you're stuck here in employed and self-employed, then slowly shift to the right quadrant. Okay, of course it's difficult to go directly to investments because what will you invest? You can't even save, right? That's what I asked myself. How can I invest? I don't even have money to invest. So what did Robert Kiyosaki say? Start with a business. And I said, I don't have money and business experience. What did he say in this book? He said, if you don't have capital and you have no business experience, you look for a good network marketing company that has a great product, a great compensation plan, and a great support system. And when I saw the business opportunity after I tried the products, I said, that's what Robert Kiyosaki said. Network marketing company with a great product, great compensation plan, and great support system. They were busy trying to convince me to join, and they said that they will help me. I said, sounds good to me, right? So I really hope that you will appreciate what Robert Kiyosaki said. This is one of the most popular books in financial literacy and wealth acquisition. So please read that. So it's all about leverage. Can you imagine if you have a business, you're working with people, right? You're working with people who will keep buying products. Every time they buy products, that's your points 100%. And you're working with business associates, business partners, you don't even know all of them. People in my organization, most of them, I don't even know them. More than 95%, I don't know them. Right? But every time they buy products, every time they do the business, I earn from that. Right? So that's the beauty of network marketing, leverage. Right? You benefit from the products that they buy, from their skills, from their effort, from their time. Whereas if there's just you, 11 years, for 11 years when I was working, it was just me. It's difficult to stay on top because it's just me. There's no one I can, benefit for leverage. Right? I was always at the bottom. So I said, really, it's really just like seesaw. Right? You need something that's heavier, that has more impact, that's more powerful than you, that's much bigger than you, so that you can enjoy leverage. And that's what network marketing can do for us. Right? This is what I realized before. I jumped from job to job. I joined two computer programming companies before, and then two in my nursing career as a teacher. So four employers. Okay. But I realized no matter how hard I worked in those four jobs, all my income was just dependent on what? On my skills, on my time, on my effort. And no work, no pay. Right? No matter how hard I worked, I was limited to only one. Whereas in network marketing, for example, in your first year, you sponsored people, but not everyone stayed. That's a reality here. Don't expect that everyone stays. Okay? The moment you expect that everyone will join you, and the moment that you expect that everyone who joined you will stay, you're putting yourself in a situation where you will always be heartbroken. This is not for everyone. But for people who stay, okay, big rewards await. Okay, so look at this. If only 5 people stay with you on your first year, the following year, they will also sponsor people who will do the business. So the following year, that will grow to 25. And another year, times 5 each, that's 125. So meaning, you get paid not just by your effort, but also by the effort, the time, the skills, the market, the customers, the associates of all these people. That's what Robert Kiyosaki is saying. If you have a business, you have a system with people working with you, helping you generate more sales, more money. That's leveraged income. And exponential income is, one of these days you will experience that your income will not just add by 1 or 2 or 3, they will multiply by 2, by 3, because you will have so many more business centers. Maybe right now you only have 3 business centers, but one of these days you will have 10 business centers, 20 business centers. So meaning each product order at the business center below can generate you multiple income because there are other business centers earning on top of that, and they're all your business centers. And residual income, what does that mean? You will get paid for the work that you've done in the past, right? So when all this kind of beautiful income, leverage, exponential residual income come in, that's the time that you experience financial freedom and time freedom. Because if you're getting paid residually with leverage and exponentially, you are free to decide what you do with your time. Will you just keep working forever and ever and ever? Or will you put more time into, the things that you love to do, or with the people that you love to be with, right? That's what we all want. So just to compare with you the old plan is the 20th century plan, work hard, work hard, work hard. That's the 40-40-40 plan. You work an average of 40 hours a week for 40 years, and you will be able to fulfill your 80,000 working hours. That's the average working hours of an adult. But if you take advantage of the leverage plan here in network marketing, you you build a 20-person team, for example. 20-person team. Of course, you can do better than that. 20-person team. And remember, they don't necessarily have to be coming from your market, because, of course, if they're the downline of the downline of the downline of your downline, they're still in your team, right? 100% of their effort and sales will be yours as well. So 20-person team working part-time. Because, of course, a lot of people here in UK do this part-time. 20 hours a week, right? In 4 years, you would already complete the 80,000 leverage hours. So you choose 40 years or 4 years. So here in Usana, we're not just talking about health. We're not just talking about money, right? We're also talking about time. If there's an opportunity for you to earn in 4 years what you could earn in 40 years, why not? Quickly on their Usana business saying, oh, I've been doing this for 1 month, 6 months, 2 years, and I'm not yet getting rich. My question is this: how long have you been working? And how come you're not rich yet? Right? So be patient. Be patient. Instead of blaming Usana, you ask yourself, what else do you need to learn, and what else do you need to do so that you can maximize the benefits of network marketing? Right? So when someone asks you, or maybe you ask yourself, why do you need to stay in network marketing? Why do we do network marketing? Because it gives us leveraged income. There's very, very few opportunities out there for ordinary people like us who don't have the capital to start big businesses, who don't have inheritance from rich parents. There's very, very few opportunities for people like us to have leveraged income like I've discussed. So this is a screenshot of my income, or my points, my CVP on a Sunday. We all know that on a Sunday, that's the start of the week. But of course, we're not working yet at that time because actual work starts on a Monday, right? But on a Sunday, there's already $3,000. I haven't even showered yet. I haven't even started talking to people yet because it's a Sunday. It's my Sabbath day. I don't work on a Sunday. Of course, people earn differently. This income disclaimer, right? This is not guaranteed. Your income will depend on your effort and the time that you dedicate on this business, right? But one of these days, if you take this business seriously, you will also enjoy 100% sharing of points. Do you think that the people who bought these products, I was the one who sponsored all of them? No. But there's 100% sharing of points regardless of whether I know them or not, regardless of whether they're in UK or the Philippines. I don't even know where they live. Just from the auto orders alone, you get passive income. Can you imagine that? Time will come that people will keep buying the products because the products are consumable and high quality and very effective. People will keep using them. So can you imagine, you build your business in 10 to 20 years. Can you imagine how much you will get paid even while you sleep? Even while you sleep, right? Because when you're sleeping here in UK, people in the Philippines, people in America, people in Australia are awake and buying the products and doing the business. Amazing, right? That's the beauty of leverage income. And Warren Buffett, the most successful investor of all time, he said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, whether it's from your business or investments or your a sound retirement plan, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. That's quite a harsh way of saying it, but that's the reality, right? And he also believes in network marketing. He said, network marketing is one of the best investments I've ever made. You know what? He invests in Usana in the New York Stock Exchange, right? He believes in Usana and he believes in network marketing. He actually invested in 3 network marketing companies, right? If you know Warren Buffett, you know how wise he is. There are even books attributed to him, to his wisdom. So he knows what he's doing. He knows how to, really acquire wealth. So if you don't have full belief in network marketing, borrow the belief of Warren Buffett. Right? Because he knows more about wealth than us. And Brian Tracy, I also have some of his books. He said, the future of network marketing is unlimited. There's no end in sight. It will continue to grow because better people are getting into it. That's you and me. Soon, it will be one of the most respected business methods in the world. And he said this several years ago, and it has changed. Now, it's actually more people are respecting network marketing because of the pandemic, right? More people are acknowledging the fact that they need to find an alternative source of income from home, online, right? And in this book, The Business of the 21st Century, Robert Kiyosaki said, network marketing is the business of the 21st century. So buy this book if you want to develop more of your belief in network marketing. And of course, Richard Branson, multi-billionaire, he said, I'm a tremendous believer in network marketing and I'm a great believer in entrepreneurs. 95% of the wealth, right, are entrepreneurs and in investments. So we are really, if you grow your business, you can really impact a lot of lives in this world, right? So he's a great believer in entrepreneurs. And Donald Trump, I know a lot of people hate him as a politician, right? But we can't deny the fact that he's a very good businessman. Oh, so years ago, he was interviewed by David Letterman in a live show with live audience in the studio. David Letterman said, what would you do if you lost everything and had to start over again from scratch? He said, I would find a good network marketing company and get to work. You know what the audience did? They shouted and they booed. And that's probably what I would do if I was there and I haven't met Usana yet. You know what Donald Trump said? That's why I'm sitting up here and you are all sitting out there, right? So that shows the difference of how these rich people think versus how poor people think, right? And even Bill Gates, who has nothing to do with network marketing, he said, if I would be given a chance to start all over again, I would choose network marketing. So please, I really, really want all of you to be proud of your profession. Even if you're just doing this part-time, be proud of your profession. Right? Because even people who are not in network marketing see the beauty of network marketing. And let's talk more about numbers. Look at this. In 2013 alone, the network marketing industry amassed $178 billion of sales per year, much more than the combined sales of the NFL, movie and video games industry, and the music industry. Can you imagine that? Even if you combine all their sales, they won't even match the sales of network marketing. And in 2018, it grew even more, $182 billion compared to all of this combined. Right? So if you have big respect to the music industry tycoons and the movie industry tycoons or the football rich people, right? Have even more respect for network marketing professionals, right? And the next question is there really money in network marketing? Of course, right? If it's generating that much sales, there's a lot of money, right? And what's good about this is you don't even have to be trained as a business person when you start, right? Can you imagine how many years of training that these singers and actors and football players invested, right, for several years? Here in network marketing, you don't even have to know anything about sales or about the business or about the products, right? And the training is free. Amazing. And let's look at Usana. When I started in Usana in 2011, the sales was only about $600 million. $600 million. But in 2019, they have not released the quarter four sales of Usana yet in 2020. So I'll just use 2019. In 2019, Usana has a sales of $1.06 billion. So you can see the trend. Can you imagine? It's going up. It's going up, right? And most especially now with the intelligence technology and with all the products that we have, and with the NutriSearch, with the consumerlab.com, and with all the other awards that the products have, can you imagine the sales that Usana will generate next year, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, right? And if you stay with Usana, can you imagine how much of the percentage of that sales will go to you? And remember this, in the entire network marketing industry, Usana has the highest payout percentage. Usana gives back to associates like us 50% of the sales. That's more than any other network marketing companies. So nothing can beat Usana's generosity. So we are really blessed. So just to summarize, right, we are so blessed to be in a profession where you can build your fortune and not somebody else's. How many years have you been working and working and working maybe the time and effort you put into your business, it's for you, it's in your name, and you can pass it on to your family. And you can grow your income every year and even every month, right? In the past, I worked and worked and worked and worked. And after 1 year, I only had an increase of 1,000 pesos. How much is that? Oh my goodness, right? In pounds, ridiculously low. Right here, right? After 1 year, if you really put in the time and effort to learn and do the business, you'd be surprised. Your income can grow 25% or even 50% or 100% every year. And you can experience true financial freedom, right? Leveraged income, exponential income, residual income, and you can use the internet and have an international business. There are so many people who build their international business, but they spend a lot of money just to penetrate a market. For us, we don't even need to fly to those 20 plus countries, right? We only use the internet. Everything has been prepared for us, the websites, the mobile apps, the brochures, the flyers, the professional pictures, the professional videos, the conventions, the events, everything's been prepared for us. We only need to learn it and do it. And it gives us a fantastic opportunity to live a rich life and a rewarding life. Not just living for our own selves. Before, when I was working, before Usana, I was trapped in my own problems, about money, about the future, right? And I couldn't even have the energy to think about how I can help other people because I couldn't even help myself. Right now, it's so amazing that there are so many people thanking me for their health and for their hope for the future and actually experiencing, a totally different life living their dreams. Without you, Sana, I couldn't imagine how else I can experience that, right? And you can work from anywhere. Where you're commuting, you're doing the laundry. Okay, I cook for my family, I do the laundry, I clean, etc. while I listen to training or podcasts. And it's very flexible. You have the apps, etc. You don't have a boss who will tell you what time you do the business or what day. You own your own schedule. That's the freedom that I really enjoy here. And of course, you don't have to work with any employees. right? Unlike traditional businesses, you put up a shop, a cafeteria, a restaurant, you have to train the employees, you have to pay them, right? And of course, it's very stressful working with employees. Okay? And there's no discrimination here between gender, age, race, etc. I looked at the differences in the numbers, how much people get paid here in UK if they're male, if they're female. And there's a huge difference between male and female. Here in USANA, it doesn't matter, right? And of course, there's no commuting. Can you imagine? Just with the commuting time alone, you save tons of time. And you save tons of money. You don't have to pay for gas. You don't have to pay for parking. Right? Can you imagine how much time you can save? You can spend that time with your family or exercising or relaxing, doing the things you enjoy or growing your business even more. And training is already in place and readily available. You don't have to pay for them. There's tons of personal growth. I've always been a shy person. Even up to now, I'm a very introverted person. But here, I was able to develop my confidence and my social skills as well. And this business allows us to help others on a massive scale in health and in finances. And you save time to get your dreams, 4 years versus 40 years. Again, no income claims. But you know what? The income that I'm earning right now every month, okay, every month, I used to work for 6 years so that I could earn what I'm earning now in 1 month. What I'm earning now in 2 months, I used to earn in 11 years before. Right? So again, focus on the long term. Don't just look at, okay, I'm not earning right now in USANA, this business is useless. No, look at the long term. Most likely you don't have the skills yet and the success mindset yet. That's why you're in that situation. Okay? And here you work with people who help you achieve your dreams. Before, I'm not sure if you can relate to this, but it's common outside USANA. People always do this. Complain, complain, complain. Talk about other people, right? Pull other people down, right? So it's just, there's so much negativity and lack of hope and lack of, passion for life outside. But here, I'm surrounded by people who want more in life, right? More freedom, more contribution, more personal development, more success, right? And if you are surrounded by people like that, then you will become that again as well. Surround yourself with people who are bigger than you because they will inspire you to be big as well. And here you have the ability to involve your kids, right? Because of course, your boss will not tell you, hey, no kids allowed. It's up to you how you will involve your kids. And this is a lasting inheritance. Remember, everything that you build, all your business centers, all your commissions and bonuses and your rank will go 100% to your nearest of kin, whether you have last will and testament or not. Right? Amazing. A lot of businesses crumble to the ground, right? Once the initial the entrepreneur, the first generation stops doing the business. But in USANA, no, you can pass it on to the next generations. Right? So again, think of the long term. You don't want your kids or your loved ones to experience the same hardships that you experienced for several years. Right? Being in a cul-de-sac that I showed you. Right? But then, I've shown you how beautiful network marketing is. It's really worth doing. But if it's worth doing, there's always a dip. So I've read this book recently, like I said. So when you first join USANA, it's very exciting, it's fun. But over the next few days and weeks, your belief in the products actually make it more fun because you said, oh, these are really amazing products. And you get very excited with the training, with the experience, with the support. It's very easy to stay engaged when you're just starting. And then the dip happens. Okay, the dip is what happens after you start and before you master the business. This is where most of, even me, I'm in a dip as well, right? Because of course, mastery is endless. Every time you reach a level and you're successful, there's something that you need to learn and do so that you will reach greater heights, right? But for a lot of you, the dip is bigger because you're not experiencing the income yet, right? The passive income. And this happens especially when people experience rejections and when they don't see themselves becoming rich anytime soon. That's why there are so many people who quit. Okay, but I want you to understand that the dip is your best friend because that is where the success happens. It is where you need to push yourself to learn repeatedly and cumulatively. Learn repeatedly and cumulatively, right? There are so many people who cannot overcome the dip, so they quit. But very few people stay. And these few people who stay, there are the ones who experience the value or enjoy the value of scarcity. Do you know why we get paid a lot here for people who really persevere? Because of the scarcity, because very few people can overcome the dip, right? The dip is the reason why you are here attending the training, right? So when you experience difficulties, frustrations, heartaches, etc., consider that as your best friend because that is your test before you become successful. Don't look at that as your enemy for success. No. There's so much money for the people who persevere because there's very little competition at the top because so many people quit already, right? So the dip is not the reason for you to quit because after that you experience mastery and massive rewards. Okay, so I really want to see you at the top. And the only way for you to do that is you have to go through the dip. You have to embrace it. You have to love it. Okay, so you ask yourself, earlier on, I explained to you what cul-de-sac is, right? Are you in a cul-de-sac? Are you in a situation where you just keep on working and working and working and working and working, but nothing changes? Are you in that situation? Or you want something more in life, but you don't know how to get it no matter what you try? If you keep doing that, I'm not saying if you're in that situation, you quit your job. I'm not saying that. What I'm just trying to say is, okay, you take Usana seriously, you grow your skills, you grow your success mindset, and even if you go through the dip, you keep going. The dip is a bad quitting point. This is where a lot of people quit. You keep going, and then you will realize, oh my goodness, when you build your Usana business, even when you started without any income, with a lot of frustrations, with a lot of rejections, with a lot of ridicule, and I've experienced all of that, you know, time will come where it will surpass your income in your day job. And time will come that even when you stop working because of old age, because of travel or whatever, you will still keep earning. Why? Because of the 100% sharing of sales volume points. Because of the auto orders, the repeat orders. Right? That's the beauty of this business, having consumable products that are super high quality plus 100% sharing of points. And remember this, you're not just stuck with 3 business centers because each business center has the capacity to give birth to 2 business centers, and it's up to you where you will place the 2 business centers that you will generate. Can you imagine when you already have lots and lots of business centers, right? Each business center can generate a commission of $1,000 a week per business center. And if you have 5,000 points on that business center on the left and right coming from auto orders alone, you receive another bonus of $250 per week. So instead of one commission of $1,000, you get $1,250 per week per business center. Right? Plus leadership bonus. Once you hit gold director and above, you're eligible for leadership bonus. And that's $200. Well, it depends on the sales of Visana. Sometimes $175 per share per week. What if you max out? Because you get leadership bonus when you max out, meaning you reach 5,000 points left and right. You max out 3 business centers with 5,000 points left and right. You will receive 3 plus 2 plus 1. That's 6 shares. 6 shares times 200. That's $1,200 in that week of leadership bonus. Plus, you have matching bonus from PVPS, elite bonus, travels, and other bonuses. Right? And remember this, all the points from the bottom go up to all your business centers to the top. But of course, there's the max out of 5,000 points. But don't worry, there are so many business centers that are catching the points from the bottom. Right? So for example, you already have points here in Business Center 7 on the left. And you put here 500 points on the right. Then Business Center 7 will have $100. And it will also go up to Business Center 6. You could also earn their $100 and Business Center 5, 4, 3. So many business centers can earn from a single transaction. That's what you call exponential income. When you already have lots of business centers earning from your effort, right? And this is the most beautiful part. Even if you have 50 business centers earning, Usana will only ask for 200 points auto order. Unlike other businesses, the bigger you grow your business, the more expensive the business goes. Right? Whereas in Usana, even if you're making, for example, in my case, again, no income claims, but I received a big bonus last month. In January, I earned 21,000 pounds in January. But how much did I pay for my auto order in January? I only paid 290 pounds, including shipping. And that's not loss because I used the products. My daughter used the products. And with the products alone, I'm already a winner in Usana because of my health. The business is a very good bonus. But for you, of course, you're not earning that much yet, but believe that you will eventually, right? Even if it's just half of that or a quarter of that, right? And anyway, right, it's leveraged income already. Where else can you find an opportunity to earn from the effort and time and skills of other people while you are at home looking after your family, right? Never even leaving your home, but you're making full-time money, right? And the last one that I want to share with you is this. I recently read a book as well, Drive by Daniel Pink. He said, what motivates us? Okay, usually it starts with money, recognition. That's what pushes us to do a business, right? Of course, I started like that as well. And that we can get that from Usana, money, recognition, travels. But I am telling you the truth. Once you already get the money every week, money will no longer be your source of happiness. There will come a time that money will not stop making you happy when it's coming in again and again and again and again. Okay, but the beauty is there's a higher level of motivation, which is intrinsic. This is not just me, right? This is based on studies. He found out based on recent studies, scientific evidence, that people are driven. People want freedom. People want self-direction. People want autonomy. Right? That's why I realized there are so many people who are unhappy working for the boss or not having the freedom to dictate what time they work or where they work because people want to have self-direction. And people want challenge. That's why there are so many people who get bored with life, who get bored with their job. Right? But what if there's something that will give you a challenge, something like Usana that you don't know yet how to do, and something that you can master, and something that you will not put you in a cul-de-sac? Because here, you will not be stuck because once you've mastered it, once you've increased your income, you learn more and more, you master more skills, and your income will keep growing. There's no limit to how much you can earn in Usana, and there's no limit to the impact that you can make in the world, right? And that's the third motivation, purpose. Purpose, right? So what's your purpose in life? Have you asked yourself that? What's your purpose? Something that, at the end of your life, you will say to yourself, you lived a good life, you've done your purpose, right? And I've seen that here in Usana. And I've seen my purpose here to create 100 diamonds, to create $100 million club members in my organization, something that is bigger than me. So that even if I'm already earning, I will not stop because I have a purpose that's bigger than me. And in the process of me achieving that, I'm becoming a better person. I'm becoming a bit bigger person and leader. And I am also using my life to glorify God. With my success and with my leadership and with my income, I am achieving my purpose to glorify God with my life. Right? And with everything else that I've said, I've told you there are rejections here, there are difficulties, there's sacrifices, there's things you need to do, etc. Yes, network marketing is not perfect, but nothing is perfect. Whatever job you do, it's not perfect. You will always find something to complain about in whatever job or business you do. So that's the same here. Network marketing, it's not perfect. Okay, but let me tell you, it's definitely better with everything that I've shown you today. And with that, I hope that I was able to help you establish more belief and even love for network marketing. So thank you so much, everyone. God bless you all. And wow, 100 plus. So earlier that was 40 and now it's 100 plus. So thank you so much for staying. I hope that my English was not was not too bad. I know that I struggle sometimes, but the important thing is I can express my passion to you. That's enough for me. I can express my love for network marketing. So, I'm not sure if we still have time for Q&A, but maybe I can entertain one or two questions if there's anyone here who want to ask.
Yeah. Hi, Clarissa. Can I ask
Hi,
a
may
question?
I know which one you are here? Because
I'm here. I'm
oh,
Marika.
there, Maricar. Oh, you're the very active participant. Thank you for that.
Very honest.
Yes.
Yeah. Has there ever a time wherein you had you really want to quit, as if you're on the verge of quitting, and then what did you do?
Well, when I was just starting, I never really came to the point of wanting to quit because I made a promise to myself. Because I was already working for 11 years before I joined USANA and nothing happened in my life. I had no savings, no self-esteem, etc. So I said, if I put my hard work in USANA for 10 years, because I worked for 11 years, right? If I put my hard work in USANA, the same hard work that I put in my 4 jobs before, in 10 years, I said, I think something will happen to me because I've seen countless people who already have results in USANA. I said,
Mm,
if they can do it, I can do it. So I said to myself, no quitting for 10 years. If after 10 years, I've already done my best, I've put all the hard work I've put in my jobs before, I've put in USANA, but in 10 years, I was still broke. I said, I can quit. So you know what? I've been in USANA for 9 years. I haven't even reached 10 years yet. Okay, so that's my commitment. That's my decision. And no one else can make that decision for you.
mm,
Some people tell me, mentor, I will stop using Usana because my husband doesn't want me to do the business. My boss doesn't want me to spend time doing the business. My prospects are negative. They're laughing at me. No one will make the decision for you. You're old enough to make a decision for yourself.
mm,
You know what? My husband doesn't even take the products and he's not helping me in the business. Is that enough to make me quit? No. My first boyfriend, I mean, before I met my husband, he broke up with me 4 times. He wanted me to quit Usana. He was ashamed of my network marketing business. 4 times he broke up. Me or Usana? Obviously, you know which one I chose. Not him, right?
mhm.
So what I'm trying to say is it's only you who can decide whether you will quit or not.
Yeah.
But hopefully today, with what I've shown you, you will make a better decision. If
Mm,
you're happy with your life and you can, or if you're happy with your results, it's okay to stop doing the business,
mm.
right? But if not, then my question is, if you quit,
What will?
what else are your options so that you can get what you want in life? And
Mm,
if you quit because Usana is too difficult, my question is this: how sure are you that you will not find life difficult when you quit Usana? Right? Life is difficult wherever you go. At least here in Usana, it's worth it.
mm.
That's my answer to that.
Oh, thank you so much, mentor. You've inspired us
Welcome.
a lot. Thank you so much.
Another question before we end. I am sorry because I know I'm only given 1 hour, but it's overtime, but that's all right. My trainings usually last 2 hours, so this is too early for me, but I respect your time. Wait, do you have other questions? One more question. Just unmute yourself.
I have one more if there's no one. Maybe other daily mode of operation. So
Okay.
what's really your consistency things that you do every day to really to improve yourself and to improve your business?
Of course, it has changed through the years. When I started here, of course, I did not have my co-mentors, and I did not even have a team. I did not know which team I belonged in. Plus of course I did not have any team to start with. And so my method of preparation when I was starting was different. Plus I was single. No family to take care of. Of course now I cannot afford to have that kind of daily mode of operation, because otherwise my husband will leave me or my daughter will no longer recognize me as her mom. Right? So it has changed. So when I was just starting, of course, it's training. At that time, I was still working full time. I was working 7 days a week in my job. 7 days a week. Can you imagine that? And after work, I would go to the office to learn. And it was much difficult back then because I had to go to the office in the city, commute, pay for the fare, pay for the food, and pay for the training. Now it's so cheap because you don't even have to pay for commute and you don't even have to pay for training, right? So that's what I did before. After work, no excuses. Regardless of how tired I was, I had to learn. Because if I don't learn it, how can I succeed in something I don't know, right? Learn. And I did not wait for anyone to tell me, go to attend training. No, I did not wait. There are so many people who say this, oh, I am not successful here because no one is teaching me. Right? It's your life we're talking about. So whether or not people help you, you need to save yourself from your current situation. So learn. Okay? So that's what I did. And of course, apply. The best form of learning is by doing. A lot of people are what consistent training attendees, but they fail to apply it. 20 hours of classroom learning training like today is nothing compared to 1 hour of doing it, right? So the best form of learning is by doing. So after I learn something, I do it immediately. Of course, I failed many times, but that's all right. Every time I fail, I ask myself this: how can I be better? What else do I need to learn? What else do I need to improve? Okay. And even if I'm not attending training, I'm learning at home. I go to YouTube, I go to the website, I read the welcome kit. Before I became gold director, I've read the welcome kit 3 times. I've read the entire As the Scientist even before I became gold director. Right? Because there was no one who will teach me. So I really spent a lot of time and effort on personal development. Wherever you go in life, whether it's your spirituality, whether it's you as a parent, whatever it is you're doing, your level of success in that area will only depend on how far you go in your personal development. It has never happened before that an entrepreneur has a level of income that is bigger than his level of personal development, right? So you focus on your personal development and of course on doing it, because of course even if you keep reading, attending training, you don't apply it, nothing will happen, because it's only through your actions where you can get results. It's only when you invite, present, follow up, train your downline, coach your downline, guide your downline, right, that you get the results. So that's my um method of operation before: constant training and application of the basic skills. We all know the basic skills, right? From prospecting up to follow up and teaching my downlines. So now it's still the same, but with lesser time, because of course I have to make sure that I prioritize my family first, right? And then Usana business. But I always try my best to start my day right. Start my day right. So now my daily mode of operation is start my day right. Okay, so I have certain rituals. I even have mnemonics for them, right? So I is that okay if I share it my car? Because I realized this, especially here in the UK, we're very busy with a lot of things. We don't have nanny, we don't have house help, we don't have driver. In the Philippines, I had all of that. I had I had nanny, I had driver, I had house help, I had a gardener. Here I realized, oh my goodness, it's overwhelming and I have to do my Usana business and I had to lead lots of people. So I have to make sure that I start my day right. I manage my energy well. I realized it's not just about managing your time, because even if you work on your Usana business 24 hours a day, you have so much time work on your Usana business. If you don't manage your time, you're going to lose your energy to
Yeah.
do the things that are really important in your life, as a family person and in your business and even in your day job if you're doing this part-time. So I have my ritual. Okay, the basis of my ritual are I start my day with silence, with deep breathing, meditation, and prayer. I read the Bible, I talk to God. Because without my spiritual energy, it's very hard for me to maintain my physical, my mental, and emotional energy. And then after that, I do my affirmations. I have a little list. Okay, I have this that I read every morning and every evening. Affirmations, right? The things that I want to constantly say to myself. Because if not, then there will be negative voices saying, oh, it's so hard. Oh, you're so busy as a mom. Oh, you're so tired. Oh, you're not a native English speaker. Oh, you don't know people here in the UK. Oh, you can't do that. There are so many voices like that, right? So we need to make sure that our subconscious, our belief is supportive of what we need to achieve in our life. So affirmations. And then I have visualization. I have my vision board. I have 4 copies of my vision board. So I always see that also beside my bed so that I will be reminded of what I need to accomplish.
Wow.
Right? So even if I'm already earning, I need to make sure I keep pushing myself because I have goals that are bigger than me.
Mm.
And next is exercise. If I'm so very busy, at least I make sure I have 20 push-ups every day. Okay? But of course, I need more than that. So I'm also integrating in my schedule more cardio and high intensity workout because I realized if we are not physically
Mm.
okay,
Yeah.
we don't have energy, it's very hard to do our Usana business. It's very hard to be okay emotionally and mentally if our energy, physical energy is drained. Right? And I make sure that I eat good food because if I put in junk food, etc., low physical energy.
Mm.
That's why so many people wonder, how come I have so much time for my Usana business but I can't function optimally? Because there's very low energy, right? Because of no exercise, poor diet, right? Emotional baggages, mental baggages, right? Lack of sleep, things like that. And after that, reading, I read at
Mm.
least 10 pages every day. My daughter is homeschooled right now because of lockdown. She eats her breakfast, lunch, and dinner 1 hour each. And I have a policy, no cell phone in the dining table. So what do? I read. You know, in January, I read 5 books. 5 books. Just waiting for her to finish her food. Right? And do you think I learned from that? Definitely. And next is scribing. I write. I write my gratitude every day. Because if I stop being thankful of the small things, it's very easy to complain and to hate life and to hate, blame everyone in the world. But if you are thankful every day, you feel good about yourself, you feel good about the business, you feel good about the other people, you feel good about Usana, and it's easier to perform if you have that. So that's savers, right? That's what I mentioned to you. So I
Yeah.
have a ritual, and of course after that I homeschool my daughter, etc. And after homeschooling her, that's when I start talking to my downlines, right? I always make sure that I have my planner. Like for example, right? I always make sure that I have planned the entire week even before it started. And I know exactly what I'm going to do the following day because if not, it's very easy to get distracted with all the messages, all the emails, all the unexpected calls. So at least with everything planned, I know already what I need to learn, who I need to talk to, who I need to train, what training I need to attend. So even with my limited time, I can still accomplish important things in my business without sacrificing my family life and my sanity. So that's a very long answer, but I
Yeah.
hope you got value
Thank
from
you
that.
so much. Oh my goodness. That's
You're
a very, very
welcome.
good answer. Appreciate that. Thank you. God
You're
bless you.
welcome. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless you all. Oh, there are still other questions here. How did you manage your team in terms of reaching out to there without being pushy? Oh, that's another very good. Are you still okay?
Yes, mentor, still okay.
Because Dennis here asked the question 3 times, so he must really want the answer for this one. He asked 3 times.
And I have a question too. But later, you can assist Dennis first.
Okay, so Dennis, how did you manage your team in terms of reaching out to them without being pushy to do the business the way you do? So again, it has changed. When I was starting, I did not really know how to duplicate properly. All I knew was how to teach them how to present. I did not really learn how to give them the independence mindset. At that time, when I was just starting, I did everything because I thought that's the right way to show your support and love for your downlines. So I did everything, like even enrollments, even auto order setups, even picking up the products, even presenting to all their downline, all their prospects, even if they already know how to present, but because they don't have self-confidence, they say, "Oh, I don't want to do that. Do it for me." So that's what I did before. I had the savior mentality, the Messiah mentality, right? That I'm going to save everyone by doing everything for them, which was a disaster. Why? Because I was not able to teach them how to do things by themselves. So when I left the province in the Philippines, what happened? I lost 300 associates. Why? Because I taught them how to depend on me. So when I was no longer there, no one could help them. And I did not teach them how to do it themselves. So what happened to them? They quit, and I realized, oh, it's a wrong way to support downlines, right? So I've learned that I need to help my associates understand the importance of independence, right? The importance of really learning the business and really doing the business, right? So now what I do is, so that I will not be pushy, I make sure that they understand what's in it for them. What's in it for them? I don't tell them, "Hey, you present. Make sure that you know how to present because I'm a very busy person. Don't bug me. I can't afford to help you because that's what's in it for me." Right? They will not understand that. They will see that as me being inconsiderate, and not they I don't love them, which is not true, right? So I help them understand. Of course, it all starts with their why. Why do they want to succeed in this business? We need to be very clear with that. Why do you need to succeed in this business? What do you want to accomplish? Who are the people that you want to help once you're successful here in USANA? How much do you want to earn after 6 months? How much do you want to earn after 1 year, after 5 years? And I convert that to points, right? Of course, everyone has to learn how to convert income to points. And I show that to my downline. I say, okay, you need these points so that you will reach that income goal. And once you reach that income goal, you can reach your dreams as well that you've mentioned. So now my question is, with these points that you need every week, would you want to be the only one to work on that points every week, or do you want to have a team that will help you generate the points? Of course, the answer is, I want to have a team. Perfect, right? So I will teach you how to have a team. They need to learn. Of course, before they learn, you need to sponsor them, and you need to be able to make sure that they learn. Because if they don't learn, then it's going to be only you who will work on these points. And that's more difficult. Now my question is this: do you really want them to learn? Yes, mentor. You know, the best way for you to help them learn is you make sure that you know how to do this so you can teach them as well. You cannot give what you do not have. And then that's the mindset, because I already helped them see, how their dreams how the points will be converted to the income, and the income will be converted to their deep why. Right? It's easier for them to take responsibility over learning and doing the business. Right? So to summarize the answer to that, make sure that, so that you will not sound pushy, you make sure that you start with their why, and you always talk in terms of what's in it for them. Never just make them do something just because you want them to do it so that you will earn, or you will not be so busy helping them. No, don't say those things. Always talk in terms of what's in it for them. Only then will they realize why they really need to learn and do the business, right? Without feeling like you're ordering them around. Okay, so there, Ramil. Sorry, Dennis. I hope that that answered your question. Okay,
Thank you, Mentor.
you're welcome. So last one, last question. Is
Can I ask,
any
ma'am?
other? Yes, there,
Yes,
Eddie.
good
Wow,
evening. Good evening to
congratulations.
everyone. Actually, I had two questions, but the other one has already been answered. So thank you for giving that question, Sir Dennis. And I understand that we are. What I'm going to ask is actually like a little tips because I understand that a lot of Filipinos are here as well. Am I right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So, how do you approach? Do you have can you give us like a tip or tips on how to approach the different culture? You know, how to approach like the locals, the citizens here, and how we know how to approach Filipinos, but with the locals or the other nationalities, it might. That's my difficulty. That's why I'm asking this. So probably this could also be the difficulty of other Filipinos around here. So if you can give us like an approach, because I'm sure that you're still prospecting, even if you already have that result, right? So
Yeah.
I will
So,
be that will be
yeah,
very appreciated.
yeah. Okay. So the first question is this. You need to understand who your target market is. So who is your target market? Because if you don't have a target, it's very difficult for you to focus on who to talk to,
Yes.
right? So who is your target market? So for me, based on the training I've attended and based on my own personal experience and based on my observations on successful associates as well, your best target market is the person that you are. Okay, I repeat that. Your best target market is the person that you are. If you're Filipino, your best target market are Filipinos. If you're a local here, your best target market are locals. I'm not saying you ignore everyone else, no, but at least you know who to focus on. So I know my target market. My target market are Filipinos. Okay? It's not discriminating. It's just the way that will make business easier. Why? Because you already have something in common,
Yes.
right? People like people who are like them,
Yes. Mm.
right? So it's easier for you. But of course, uh, I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying ignore everyone else. You can still, of course, reach out to them. But for me, my own personal strategy is this. Business prospects, Filipinos. All others, even Filipinos and non-Filipinos, preferred customers. Okay? Of course, it would depend on you as well. Don't say that, oh, okay, I will not talk to non-Filipinos because that's what Clarissa said. No. That's just my own personal preference. But of course, one of these days, I'm also planning to branch out. But right now, that's just my personal decision to focus on who are like me.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
mean to the people that you're comfortable talking to about the business?
Not really just comfortable, but it's just like this. You are
It's easier.
prospecting because of course you cannot afford to just prospect your warm market, right? For you to be very successful in this business, you need to be comfortable talking to strangers,
Yes. Okay.
right? Now, it would be easier for you to reach out to strangers who will become your friends and then prospects and then Usana family, right? It's easier when you already have something in common, right? Or
Thank
if
you.
you want to branch out a little more, aside from Filipinos, you can also target people who have the same interests as you. Like I said, your best target market is who you are. So if you're interested in gardening, best target market are people who like gardening. You are a stay-at-home mom, best target market, stay-at-home moms. You are a nurse, best target market, nurses. So that's how you set your target market. So you don't spend a lot of energy thinking, who do I need to talk to?
Thank you so much,
You're
Mentor.
welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. I wish you all the best. God bless you all.
Thank you and see you
Thank you, mentor.
later.
See
Thank
ya.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mentor.
Bye. Good
Bye. Have a
night.
Good
nice
Thank you,
Thank you,
night.
day.
Mentor.
Mentor.
With
Thank you
everyone.
so much.
Mentor.
Welcome.
Thank